Today is the day that I'm going to be giving you my full review on Aaron Terence Hughes' Raw Cherry Extreme. Oh boy, this thing is a powerhouse. And to me, it is sexy, flirty, fun, and a little bit dirty. Stay tuned because I'm going to break it down. What is good, YouTube? Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mikey Cologne and I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. If you're new here and you're stopping by for the first time and you do enjoy my content, hit that subscribe button. Always press the bell because it will notify you when I drop a review at a later date. Plus, I have a code for you lot. If you're interested in the niche fragrance brand, Unique Luxury, go over to their website. Once you've put whatever you want in the cart, where it says promo code or discount code, put in Mikey-Kute23 and that will give you 15% off of your order. I earn no commission, no money. They don't pay me to do this. I'm not pushing the code. The code is there strictly for you not to save yourself some money if you do want to use it. It's as simple as that. Now, Raw Cherry Extreme. This is a 10 ml. It is extrait to parfum like most of his fragrances. I believe the only ones that are not extrait to parfum are his 7 fragrances in his personal collection. They're all the parfum concentration, but we're going to get into this. I'm going to spray it. It is my scent of the day. I am wearing it. You do not need a lot of this. This is a strong fragrance. I would call this a beast mode fragrance. You got black cherry bergamot exclusively blended for the house of Aaron Terence Hughes, dark Mexican chocolate, Madagascan vanilla, tonka bean, plum, ambrette seed, guyak wood, sandalwood, patchouli, 5% Thai oud, benzoin nutmeg, and ylang. Not ylang ylang, just ylang. Now, with the name being Raw Cherry Extreme, you know that straight away you're going to get cherry, and you do. It is dark, it is juicy. The bergamot does supply an ever so light, fresh, citrusy touch up top. And then after about a minute, this dark chocolate aroma comes through and it makes your mouth water. Now, the opening is fruity, then the dark chocolate comes through. So now it's starting to turn a little bit gourmandish. But with this, the vanilla, the tonka bean, so you get vanillic touches. The tonka bean here comes across a little bit almondy, and that works perfectly with that dark chocolate accord. So you've got the cherry, you've got the chocolate, you've got the vanilla, you've got the tonka bean, which is coming across a little bit almondy. Now, as this starts to dry down, the oud, the patchouli, the benzoin, they really darken this fragrance. Like the oud in Raw Cherry Extreme, it's not funky, it's not animalic. It just adds depth, character. Like I say, it darkens the fragrance up. It does add a little bit of a woodsy touch along with the guyak wood in this fragrance. Plus you have the sandalwood here as well. So fruity, gourmandish. As it starts to settle in, the plum and that ambrette seed, they help keep that fruity quality alive. Like you do get a taste of that plum. The ambrette seed is sort of the backbone, I think, for the plum and the cherry. But with all this going on, the cherry always stays, or is the focal point of the fragrance. So this is cherry through and through with everything else happening around it. And I wouldn't say at first the cherry overshadows everything, but you do get little bits of the chocolate, the tonka bean, the plum, the ambrette. You do get touches of that. But the longer this sits, everything becomes more clearer. Everything becomes more present. And as this sort of, once it's sitting in the mid, this is when I really do get a woodsy touch or a woodsy aroma from Raw Cherry Extreme. That guaiac and that oud really does come through. The patchouli here is woodsy, it is a little bit sweet. This fragrance has a nice dose of sweetness to it. It opens up quite sweet, and the longer it sits, that sweet side does level out, but in the end, it's still a semi-sweet fragrance with the cherry. In the late dry down, it is a little bit balsamic, a little bit ambery, woodsy, musky, fruity. The chocolate has fizzled out. The vanilla always lingers on my skin. Even in the late dry down, I can get very light touches of that vanilla. And the sandalwood sort of turns the base creamy. So everything dries down on a creamy, musky, fruity base with the cherry still popping. But the cherry has calmed right down. Like I said, the chocolate does fizzle out. The tonka bean, that dissipates. But the wood stay, the oud stays, the patchouli stays. And to me, this fragrance is flirty, it's sexy, it's dark, it's sensual, it's a little bit mysterious, it's fun, it's unisex. So both sexes or anybody can wear Raw Cherry Extreme. It just smells fantastic. It has layers. There's a lot going on with this fragrance. It's complex. But Aaron, he does great work, and the fragrance is smooth. It always stays smooth. Like that cherry doesn't come across screechy or over synthetic. It comes across realistic. And the way he does, or the way he plays with his notes or chords, and the way he makes his fragrances, he does fantastic work. There is no doubt about it. And the pricing of his fragrances are very reasonable. It's a niche house. It's a niche fragrance house. With his fragrances, you can't really, maybe out of one or two of them, you might think that's a little bit similar to something that's out there. But a majority of his fragrances, they're unique. And I think they're worth their money and some. Now, where to wear this? If you're going on a date, this would be great for a date night because of that sexy, fruity, flirty edge. Parties, events, gatherings. This is for when you want to have fun. This is for when you want to go out. If you're going clubbing, this would be a great fragrance. The longevity is 10 plus hours on my skin. On clothes, it was on there for days. I sprayed this on when I was wearing one of my jumpers. I love wearing jumpers. And I put that jumper in the wash. Even after it had dried, I still got a whiff of Raw Cherry Extreme on that jumper that had been washed and dried. That is how strong it is. Like I say, 10 plus hours. The projection is big. If you do 4 to 5 sprays with this fragrance, it pushes 4 hours. You are going to leave a massive scent trail. Like I say, I think it has a sexy edge to it. It's flirty. So when people catch a whiff of this and you're in conversation, I do think they're going to ask, what are you wearing? Because that smells fantastic. That's my personal opinion. Right, ladies and gentlemen, that is my full review of Raw Cherry Extreme. What a pleasure. I missed his sale. And I do apologise that I haven't uploaded in a couple of days. There was a family funeral on Friday, so I haven't had time to record anything. But this was my scent of the day at the funeral, and I got a couple of compliments. But it was at a funeral, so does it count? I don't know. But anyway, yeah, this is a solid fragrance. But yes, like I was saying, I missed his sale because it was at 3 o'clock on Friday and the funeral was at 3:30, so I didn't have time. I was going to grab myself a couple of 50 mls, but he sold out quite quick again because everyone loves his work. Right, ladies and gentlemen, have you tried Raw Cherry Extreme? Have you tried Raw Cherry? What do you think of these fragrances? Oh, and quickly, there is no booze listed in Raw Cherry Extreme, but the way that cherry comes across up top, to me, it does come across slightly boozy, a little bit syrupy and thick. Maybe it's just my nose. I don't know. But anyway, thank you for the support. Remember, smelling good's always a pleasure and never a chore. Drop a comment down below. Subscribe to the goddamn channel. And I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.